Now, the scandal over child sex abuse in the Roman Catholic Church is to be addressed in an official pastoral letter written by the Pope, which is being published tomorrow. It sets out guidelines to prevent sexual abuse of children by priests. The letter is in response to the crisis in Ireland, where Cardinal Sean Brady, the head of the Catholic Church there, failed to report cases of sex abuse to the police. I'm joined now by the Catholic journalist and commentator Austen Ivereigh. Thanks very much indeed for coming in. What do you expect to be in this pastoral letter tomorrow?
Well, I'm guessing three things. The first will be a recognition that many decades ago these cases were not well handled and that people were harmed as a result. I think there'll be a recognition of the suffering that has caused, and which of course is very alive today. If you were abused as a teenager 2 decades ago, that'll affect your relationships and your mental health now. I think there will also be a clarification. I think there'll be an opportunity to make clear what is not clear at the moment from a lot of the press coverage, which is that these are very historic cases. This was a very different era, and that what's happening now is that people are stepping forward and bringing these accusations, remembering what happened to them when they were very young, and that the Church failed to move as perhaps many secular institutions did, but at the time did what other institutions did, which is cover it up and keep it behind closed doors. Okay,
you haven't mentioned an apology in that. You don't think there'll be an outright formulation of words that says the Catholic Church hierarchy is apologising officially for what went on?
No, I think there will be that, because the Pope has talked about repentance, and he will, I think, want to demonstrate in this letter that the Church genuinely repents of the fact that 2 or 3 decades ago it failed to deal with these cases properly and failed to protect people. I don't think that the Church was unique in that, but that doesn't make it any better. The Church has moral authority, the Church should have done better. That will, I think, be very clearly stated.
Okay, I mean, having talked to some of those who were abused, an apology is one thing they want to hear. But they also want to see actions. They also want to see heads roll. I mean, what are the chances, really, of a bishop or a cardinal or whatever losing their job as a result of all this?
Well, many have. I mean, in Ireland, as a result of the Murphy report last November, 4 bishops have resigned. There have been episcopal resignations. But on the whole in the Catholic Church, the view is that if you've messed up and you're responsible for something, you stay there and face the music and clear up the damage. And, it's too easy to say that people should just simply step down. Actually what needs to happen is a recognition of what happened. But mostly in Ireland, certainly in the UK and in the US, these guidelines are now in place, have been in place for the last 10, 15 years. Now every case is reported to civil authorities. A priest is immediately suspended as soon as an accusation is brought. It's a very, very different climate now.
But is that enough? I mean, Cardinal Brady has admitted he's messed up on this.
Yes, although that was already well known. I mean,
already well known,
sure.
But should he still be in his post?
Well, you can argue that he should step down as a demonstration to people that the Church is repentant. But I think a far better demonstration in his case is for him to make sure that it never happens again, and also to face the victims and say sorry directly. I think that's far more painful and I think far stronger way that the Church can demonstrate its repentance over this.
Very briefly, this is a big deal, this pastoral letter, isn't it? Because no pope in the past has issued this kind of thing on any subject.
I mean, it's remarkable. There'll be a papal letter addressed to the Irish people to be read out at parish churches in Ireland on Sunday. That has never happened before. A lot of weight is being put on this, and I think Pope and Rome is hoping that this really will enable people to move on over this.
Okay, we'll see. Austen Ivereigh, thanks for coming in. Thank you.